2012, baby. We're heading to South Carolina, going to hunt with Terry Hires Super Guide, Blackwater Hunting Services. I love it down there, Nate.
Listen, the only thing I care about is Terry puts me in a stand where I can't hear you shoot.
That's going to be the general consensus on this hunt. We went there last year. We got into a lot of deer, a lot of hogs. Not too often that we get a chance we can kill a wild boar and a deer at the same time.
I just don't want to hear you shoot. I think I went over that once, so.
I got a set of earmuffs for you that would be perfect.
Terry's got 6,600 acres with only 66 stands on it, so that's 100 acres per stand if you do the math. And I'm sure you can find one for you that's not anywhere near me.
Well, there's going to be 4 of us on this hunt. We've got Randy Cumberledge, Jason Q, and you and I going to be down here trying to fill our tags, so.
Southbound down, keep on trucking.
Are you guys giving me the drive?
I did once, but you told me no.
Yeah, I'm just pacing myself. I believe I drove all the way down here last year. It's good to see. You drive for a living?
So do you.
Let's roll. Going to get our tags. Blackwater, here we come.
Get ready to pull into Blackwater here in a few minutes, but this is what we're going to be hunting while we're down here. As you can see, just these pine thickets are just so super thick. Sand, it's completely different. Robbie, it just screams big buck, doesn't it?
It does.
So we're getting ready to meet up with Terry here in a few minutes and get unpacked. You see I got water on my lap, got the van packed up here, so we got a few hours we can shoot our guns, and we'll be hunting here in a few, boys. Welcome to Blackwater.
Still engaged?
I am.
Until this hunt's over.
Yeah.
Early September, Blackwater trip, baby. Look forward to it every year. Last year I was able to come down and kill a nice buck and a hog, and I just had all kinds of anticipation what was going to happen this year. Terry's always been able to get us on deer, and the amount of deer that this place has, I just knew we were going to get on some deer and take a chance at killing a good buck.
We rolled in, we changed our clothes, and we headed straight to the rifle range.
And where in the country can you hunt with a rifle starting on August 15th? How it works in South Carolina, you can shoot 2 bucks a day all season long, from August into January. It's an amazing hunting trip if you've ever planned one to South Carolina.
All right, Terry, so what's the plan for me and Robbie? And like I said before, all I want is not to be able to hear him shoot.
Well, you probably just need to get some headphones, I guess.
That sucker gets me every time. If I have to hear him shoot, my blood pressure might go up.
You know what they say, the wind don't blow up the same dog's butt all the time, but it seems to stay on his.
I tell you what, it's like he's got a fan pointed right up there.
Yeah.
Blackwater, South Carolina. This is where it's at. You know, Terry put me in this stand last year to get my season started, and I saw a ton of deer. I didn't see a shooter buck, but I saw a ton of deer. And I'm very hopeful tonight that I'll see something. He said he had a guy in the stand a few days ago that saw 20 bucks. Now, not all of them were shooters, but he saw 20 sets of antlers. That's what I'm after tonight, so I want to get this party started. If we can knock one down first sit, first evening, that takes the pressure off. So let's see if the Super Guide can produce. That first evening I set in a spot that I'm actually pretty familiar with. I'd set there the season before, and my thought was, I'm gonna see a pile of deer on this power line tonight because he's got it planted in tees, he's got it corned up. That's the way you hunt the South. You've got to get some kind of food source for them. These pine thickets are so thick, there's absolutely no way to get yourself in there to have any type of pattern or high success rate on deer. You've got to hunt over some type of food source. So when that sun started to set and the shadows are creeping across the power line, a good buck came out. Now, my cameraman and I had a hard time with this deer. The buck has to be 12 inches wide for you to be able to take it here at Blackwater. We're taking pictures with the camera and we're sending it to Terry and we're saying, is this a shooter, is it not a shooter? He's so borderline. It was the first evening. I decided to just go ahead and let him walk and see what the rest of the trip brought for me and the other guys. I wasn't convinced that he was 12 inches wide, but I don't know. I let him walk. He's a 7-point. Maybe I may regret that.
I tried to stretch it out to 12 inches wide, but I just couldn't do it.
It's almost 90 degrees down here at Blackwater, so we're gonna get sprayed down pretty good. Everything that they do down here is based on scent. Now, when we hunt the Midwest, it's really the same way. I mean, scent is everything. So we've actually got a decent wind, but not the best wind for this spot. That's the Salcatchee River right there in South Carolina. And the hogs are down there. Our wind is actually a crosswind, so we don't want anything busting us out of there. They're gonna be coming up off that bottom and hopefully up in here for a shot. It's time. The hogs.
I've got some pigs headed my way, and I'm definitely ready to pull the trigger at Blackwater. We'll see what happens after the break.
This portion of the show is brought to you by Tenzing, equipping hunters to go further.
We just had a bunch of hogs come out about 400 and some yards, so I may end up poking a shot at one, but they look like they may be working their way this way. They're over there pretty good ways. I've never killed anything at that distance with a rifle, so this will be a first for me. Get ready. You want it right there? I can't. Right there. There's still a hog right there. We got a pig dead at Blackwater. It's the same stand Robby Gilbert killed a pig out of last year, and now I just did. If I had another $150 in my pocket, I'd shoot another one because there's another one standing right there over my shoulder. Let's see what we got down here. Boys, I waited a year to come back to try to do this here at Blackwater. We got a pig down right here. We've seen plenty of deer tonight, but let's check this thing out. Oh yeah, big old pig. Let me get down here with it. Guys, like I said, this is what I came to Blackwater for, a pig or a hog, and this is beautiful. I have so many people at home telling me, bring me back some hogs. We want some freezer meat. Boys, almost speechless here. This is awesome.
Well, Terry always says that he has about a 90% success rate on evening hunts. Personally, I have more luck in the mornings, and last year when I took my buck at Blackwater, it was in the morning. I just like a good morning hunt, so this was our last morning, and if it was going to happen, I figured it was going to happen for me now.
I think it's killing Robby. I really do. I think Robby's just, it's eating him up that Jason and I have pulled the trigger and he hasn't, but he's always got something up his sleeve.
We're hunting an area that is sandy, so the sand kind of puts a white cast against everything. I look down the middle of this road about 100 yards away and I tell Corey, there's a deer. So we're getting the binoculars out, we're trying to see what it is, you know, we're getting the camera ready. We're looking at a minimum 20 minutes before we have any camera light. And when we threw the binoculars up on this deer, we knew it was a shooter. This deer would not turn. He faced us straight ahead, feeding the whole time. And I kept telling Corey, I said, we're gonna have to take this buck. This is a buck we wanna take. But I just didn't want to take that straightaway shot. And he kept picking his head up. These deer down here, they're skittish. They're not like a lot of deer that you can get away with a lot of movement. So the whole time we're watching it, it's just, we didn't know that if he was going to get up, spook or whatever. So we figured the first opportunity we got to take a good broadside shot, we better take it. I dropped him like a bag of hammers. I was getting worried. Q killed a nice buck last night. Nate killed a nice hog. Robby was up to bat, and I didn't know if it was going to happen or not. But I think Terry had a little honey hole he was saving for me. That's why he's the super guide. Little funny story, we made up a bunch of shirts. I started when the first time I hunted with Terry, I started calling him Super Guide. Well, one thing about this is an easy track jump. I'm gonna throw the Tenzing pack on here. I got a gun, everything's ready to go. We're gonna walk down here and check out this South Carolina whitetail. Come on. Well, we ranged a shot. It was 112 yards to where this deer was standing. Which, from where I'm from, that's not a crazy poke. But for the way these deer act down here in South Carolina, they're so skittish. That's about as close as you want them. This is a big-bodied South Carolina deer. Holy cow. We are hunting in the middle of this huge pine thicket. Man, we got Spanish moss, we got pine trees, we got everything. Looky there, Corey. He's not even in velvet, he's hardhorn. We thought this buck was in velvet the whole time, and he's actually hardhorn and an 8-point. Never would have guessed it in a million years. This is a good representative species of a South Carolina low country deer. I mean, you've got the, man, it's got a nice rack. I mean, we're probably looking 14, 15 inches wide. It's got the distinctive black snout that they all normally have. This is Labor Day weekend. We're out here actually having a chance to take a velvet buck or even get into hardhorns. I mean, we're going through that transition period, and it's a tough time to hunt deer. But Terry and his guides, they do their homework, they get you on them, and this is going to be a memorable hunt. First hunt I ever hunted with Corey Faulkner. He videoed me and did an awesome job.
Terry Hires at Blackwater has openings left for this 2012 season. And if you want to get on a hunt where you are going to see a ton of game, you're going to be able to pull the trigger almost every day you're out, this is the hunt for you. Call Terry. Go to the website. It's blackwaterhunting.com. Get on there and find out the perfect package for you and your hunting party.